What do you do when you are doing everything right and it's still not working out? You are networking, you are applying, you are prepping, you are showing up, and yet that last round keeps slipping away. The offer falls through, or worse, nothing. This happened to me and I burnt out. I want to tell you a little bit about what happened to me. I got laid off, and like many people, I did not take a pause. I jumped right into the job search the very next month. Luckily, I had solid experience, so I started getting interviews very quickly. I was interviewing with big companies, very promising, but something would go off every time. Sometimes I would go till the third round, sometimes the fourth round, and then I would get this email. We have decided to move with another candidate. This cycle went on for a couple of months, maybe 4 or 5. And this job search was my full-time job for these months. Every single morning, I would drop my kids at the bus stop and get onto my laptop from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. like clockwork. I was networking on LinkedIn, sending cold messages and email, sending requests for coffee chats, researching companies and roles, customizing resumes, everything. I was doing everything right and rigorously. And eventually, I got 2 offers. One of them, I accepted the offer, but the company pulled it back. The second one, I got the offer, but I couldn't join the organization due to my personal family situation. And that's when it hit me. I was exhausted. And not just tired, I was mentally and emotionally drained. I felt like I have given everything to this job search and I had nothing more left to give. And that's when I decided to take a break. Now, before you roll your eyes, I get it. I used to hate that advice. People would say, just take a break. And in my head, I would go like, yeah, sure. As if the mortgage is also going to take a break with me. Really? What kind of advice is that? So I want to be crystal clear about taking a break. When I say I took a break, I'm not saying I sat at home doing nothing. What I really mean is stepping away from this constant cycle of striving. Because here is the truth. When you are burnt out, you stop thinking clearly. You lose your creativity. You start doubting yourself even when you are doing great things. I remember watching TV during lunch and feeling guilty. Oh, I should be applying. Oh, I should be sending out those messages on LinkedIn. I couldn't sleep properly because every interview felt like my one shot. This is what burnout does to you. So when I'm taking a break, I'm not quitting. It's just to reset. And in my next segment, I want to talk about what taking a break really looks like. Because it's not giving up. Rather, it's reconnecting. Reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your confidence, and reconnecting with your purpose. When I took a break from job searching, I didn't stop working. I just shifted my energy to somewhere that made me feel alive again. I'm a marketing professor at George Brown College, and luckily, I get 1 to 2 teaching assignments every single semester. And when I decided to take a break from this job hunting, I went all in on teaching. I started applying for more teaching roles, not just in colleges, but across the board. I got into York University. I taught a bridging program at a nonprofit. And this year, I'm facilitating a training program at Publicis Canada. I doubled down on LinkedIn. I started creating more content, sharing every single day, sharing tips and tricks with people like myself, which are immigrants and job seekers. And I started this YouTube channel because I love creating content. So when I'm asking you to take a break, what I'm actually telling you is to involve yourself in projects and work that makes you come alive, that makes you feel productive, creative, and valued again. Now, let me give you some ideas about what you can do during this break. Number one, teach what you know. Even if you have 2 to 3 years of experience, you have something to share. Volunteer as a guest speaker in a college or in a nonprofit, or maybe start a LinkedIn Live. This will help you gain your confidence and remind you of your expertise. Number two, start a passion project. For me, it is this YouTube channel. For you, it could be a blog, a newsletter, your portfolio, anything that lights you up. Number three, reconnect with your old self. Before this job search, before this constant striving, what made you feel whole? Was it reading? Was it painting? Was it journaling? Talking to friends? Do something that may or may not check a box, but fills your cup. Number four, reflect. Do not ruminate. Think about what worked, what did not work, and how far you have come. Not to blame yourself, but to take stock and get grounded again. And last, find your North Star again. The job will come for sure, but this is the time to ask yourself some important questions. What is the kind of work that actually energizes me? What are the kind of teams and environments that help me thrive? This clarity will help you in your job search later and will also protect your peace right now. So keep this thing in mind, that taking a break is not a backward step. It's a stepping stone to greater or higher things that are yet to come. So if you have been in that place where you are doing everything right and it's still not working out, I see you. I have been you. And I want you to know that you are not doing anything wrong. But maybe you are running on empty. And now is the time to fill your tank. Not with more job boards or rejection emails, but with something that reminds you who you are. That's the kind of break I'm talking about. A break where you reconnect with yourself, you reconnect with your clarity and your voice. Because here is the truth. You are not lazy. You are not unqualified. You are just tired. And when you give yourself a chance to pause just for a moment, you come back clearer, you come back stronger and more powerful than ever before. Now, if you like, let me know in the comments what's the one thing you are going to do this week to energize yourself, to fill your tank. And if you like this video, feel free to share it with someone who might need it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.